Welcome back. I'm here with Football League editor Pascal Lemaire to talk about Saturday's championship match between Leeds and Brentford. Start the home side. Pascal finally got that first win of the season last time out.
Yeah, it was a big game, wasn't it, against Derby, because both those sides went into that game having drawn all four of their league games going into it. And I have to say, I know Derby have disappointed everyone, promotion favourites at the start of the season, but I still didn't see Leeds going and winning that game. But they were so good. The first half especially, it was a bit of a game of two halves. The first half, they were absolutely brilliant. They got the goal, went in ahead 1-0, and then second half, Derby started like a train. They were soon level, and then at 1-1, you think Derby at home, big crowd in there. You thought they might go on and win it, and both sides did have chances. And then Chris Wood comes up with a goal, and what a goal it was as well. He turned on the edge of the box, great finish in off the post, and that's 3-3 for him now. He's certainly starting to prove his worth because he sort of struggled maybe last year at Leicester, barely got in at Leicester, went to Ipswich on loan, didn't do much there, and then the start of this season he looked a bit sluggish. But 3-3 for him now, and certainly, you look at Leeds, their overall league form now, they're unbeaten in 7 games, if you include last season, and before that they'd lost 5 in a row, so they've really turned the corner, and it looks like they've continued that form under Uwe Rosler, and they're the top half, 10th place, and I think certainly I've talked about their young core. You've got Cook, Mowat, Taylor, Byram as well, sort of all across the pitch there, and Wood's in great form, and the way they're going, I think they really could have a decent season, Leeds. I'm not sure if they're one of the 6 best teams to get into the playoffs, but considering how they've finished sort of 14th, 15th the last few seasons, they certainly should do better this season than they have the last few years.
As for Brentford, they're down in the bottom half now after back-to-back defeats.
Yeah, they are. It's been a really tough start to the season for Brentford. They've actually only played 5 games because they went out at the League Cup first round, and then their other league game against Birmingham was postponed so they could relay the pitch. So they haven't played anywhere near as many games as anyone else, too fewer than most other championship teams. So it's hard to judge them at the moment, but it's just all the change, isn't it? You wonder if they're going to be able to match last year's playoff finish. I've said it before that I think there's more things that can go wrong than can go right. And last time out they played Reading at home, Reading a side who in the bottom half as well, and they lost 3-1 at home there, so it is a disappointing result. And the results for me, they've shown that Brentford aren't a playoff team this year. The one win they did get was at Bristol City when they'd been outplayed for, I think it was half an hour, 40 minutes before Bristol City got a man sent off. So for me, they're not playing well enough. The thing is, it's odd when you look into the stats, their possession count, they've had 65% possession on average in their league games, which is more than anyone else. So they've got no problem passing the ball around, but they just can't quite score enough goals or keep other teams out. That's the real problem for them. And they've lost their best striker from last year, Andre Gray. They've lost some of their best other players as well. And Leeds is a really tough game here away from home. And they go to Middlesbrough away from home next as well. So if they lose those 2 games, they could fall quite a long way behind the top 6. And for me, they're just not a playoff side this year.
Which way do you see this one going this weekend?
I think it could be a high-scoring game. Certainly, I think Brentford have been involved in quite a few high-scoring games this season, and Leeds they've been scoring goals. Talked about Chris Wood being in good form, so I think there could be goals in this one. But I'm just going to back Leeds to shade it 3-2.
Sportsman going for a 3-2 win for Leeds.